All right, today we are pulling back the curtain on something really fascinating. We're going to look at a strategy where ancient faith, cutting edge AI, and some classic marketing all collide. We're going to break down step by step how a modern content creator is building an entire business, and it all kicks off with one very specific instruction. First, make a FOMO in user. Now, that is a direct quote from the material we're looking at today. It sounds kind of strange, right? A little clunky, maybe even a bit manipulative. What on earth is FOMO? And what does it have to do with faith-based content? Well, let's dive in, because understanding this one strange line, it's the key to unlocking the entire blueprint. Okay, so to really get that quote, we first have to understand where it's coming from. We're not looking at some published article or a deep academic study. Nope, we're looking at something much more raw and direct. A request from a creator basically laying out their entire plan.
So our source material today is a prompt. Literally, it's a set of instructions written by a creator for an AI tool. They're planning to make a YouTube video, and this gives us a rare, behind-the-scenes look at their exact strategy before a single frame of video is even created. It's the recipe before the cake is baked.
And here is the whole operation, laid out nice and simple. The platform? YouTube, of course. The topic? Super specific. Islamic dream interpretation. The tool they're using? AI. And the goal? Now, this is important. It's not just about getting views or subscribers. It's about driving people to a private WhatsApp number. Every single piece of this puzzle is there for a reason. So let's start with the what. The creator has picked a very specific topic, Islamic dream interpretation. This isn't some broad, generic subject that appeals to everyone. It's a deep niche. And that is an incredibly deliberate choice. And it gets even more specific. The title they want to generate isn't just about dreams. It's about seeing small fish in dream Islam. Now, this is an absolute masterclass in targeting. Just think for a second about how you use Google or YouTube. You don't just type dreams, right? You type your very specific question. By using this exact phrase, the creator is basically putting up a flag for a highly motivated audience that is searching for this precise answer. And that right there shows you the power of going niche. When you speak directly to a specific community's questions, especially on personal, spiritual matters, you're not just a random video creator anymore. You become an authority. You build trust. You become the go-to source for a loyal and really dedicated following. Okay, so we've got the what. Now let's talk about the how. How is this content actually being made? Well, the creator isn't planning on spending days or even weeks researching and writing the script by hand. No, they are leveraging the incredible speed and power of AI. This really highlights a massive shift in how content gets made. What used to take hours and hours of manual research, digging through books, writing, rewriting, that can now be generated in minutes from a single, well-written prompt. For creators, this means you can scale up your production in a way that was just completely unimaginable a few years ago. But, and this is a really crucial point, even while they're using AI for speed, the creator is demanding authenticity. They're very explicit that the content must be grounded in actual Islamic literature. So this isn't about just churning out generic, soulless text. It's about using a modern tool to quickly package and deliver traditional knowledge, which is how they maintain credibility with that niche audience we were just talking about. All right, now we get to the most interesting part of this whole plan. This is where the psychology and the marketing really kick in. The instruction to the AI isn't just about what information to include, but how that information should be framed to get a reaction. So let's ask that question again. What exactly is this FOMO that the creator wants to build inside their viewers? FOMO, it stands for fear of missing out. It's a classic marketing concept, and it's incredibly effective when you're dealing with personal, urgent questions, like things about your health, your future, or your faith. It's that anxious little feeling you get in your gut when you think you might miss out on a golden opportunity or a vital piece of information. It's a powerful motivator that makes people want to act right now. So here it is. This is the creator's playbook for the viewer. Step 1, hook them with a really interesting intro. Step 2, create that feeling of urgency, that FOMO we just talked about. Step 3, deliver the value. Give them the answer they came for, the dream interpretation. And finally, step 4, once the viewer feels like they've gotten something valuable and they're afraid of missing out on more, that's when you drive them to take a specific action. And this brings us to the most important point. This YouTube video isn't really just a video. It's the very top of a marketing funnel. It's a carefully designed process meant to guide a huge audience towards one very specific outcome. Every single element we've talked about is designed to move that viewer smoothly down the path. And here is the bottom of that funnel, the final destination, spelled out in the creator's own words. This is the call to action. The entire video, the niche topic, the hook, the FOMO, it's all engineered to lead to this one moment, getting the viewer to leave a public platform like YouTube and start a private, one-on-one conversation on WhatsApp. So when you put all of these pieces together, you've got the niche trust, the AI-powered content, that psychological hook, and the super direct call to action. What is the real goal here? What's the end game? At the end of the day, it's all about one thing: converting a passive viewer into an active one-on-one client. The free YouTube video is basically a lead magnet. It attracts a large, perfectly targeted audience, and then it filters out the most interested, most motivated people who are willing to take that next step for a personal consultation. You see, this creator's blueprint isn't just a one-off thing. It's a perfect snapshot of a much, much bigger trend, and it leaves us with a really big question to think about. When ancient belief systems meet modern marketing funnels, what does that change about faith, community, and maybe even truth itself in our digital world?